Hello and welcome to our week 14 assignment. Today we're going to look at converting our week 13 assignment, which was our CRD app, our CRUD without update app that we did in JavaScript. We are going to update that to TypeScript. So here are the coding steps on the left-hand panel. We're just going to use Vite to launch this. We copied over all the code. We launched Vite under the TypeScript parameter. So that created a lot of these files for us, but they were empty or held some just like show cards. I copied everything over into this main TS. I have the week 12 app here too, just so we can look at that as we're going through this, because I think it's kind of interesting what we ended up doing here. So here's the week 12 app. This is our CRD app. You can see we just have our app.js file, our index HTML, our database there, and then our styles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 files. So I uploaded everything from our app.js, this long bit of code here, into our main.ts. And that produced 9 TypeScript errors. A lot of them were up. Well, they used to be in the DOM section there. A lot of them were these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And then we just kind of went through it step by step. This is a form, so we're creating a form there. So there's an element, HTML form element. This is the list portion of our to-do list. So there's an HTML UL, that's our unordered list there. For our refresh button, we just used an HTML button element. And then this one was kind of interesting for title and description. I got hung up a little bit here. This is actually, since these are user inputs, there's an HTML input element for those two. The other one right here, we added the type for the to-dos. So we said to-dos should return an empty array. And then void, I had to look at my notes here. Void is what we put when we are indicating that a function does not return anything. So our display to-dos, they're not returning anything there. They're just kind of displaying. So that was the other one. So that was the majority of them. It was really fun. On the ones I couldn't quite figure out, I just Googled the error code and was able to look through those. So that was fixing the TypeScript errors. As I mentioned, there were 9 of them, and then there were a couple like little updates. I'm blanking on what they were that we had to change as well, but not too difficult overall. This part was fun. So you might have noticed that we have a lot more files here going on. I showed that really long file in our previous assignment. Part of the challenge for this one was to separate out the code into multiple files. So having never done this before, I looked up if there was any best practices or anything, and there is a philosophy called separation of concerns, which is what I studied to arrive at how we divided this code. So the first one we did is our types.ts. This was a really interesting exercise here. We basically added the characteristics of what a to-do was, similar to like how we define parameters for an object in JavaScript. So we just kind of identified, ID will be a number, title will be a string, description will be a string, and completed will be a Boolean. So that was the first one. This is defining the data structures there. Next, we created API.TypeScript. This handles all the external communication for this app. So like how we talk to the server here, that's all inside the API.ts. UITS, these are the user interface elements. So this is all of the things that a user would see and interact with. So a lot of our like the event handling for adding to-dos, deleting to-dos, all that is on the UI side. And then last but not least, main TS, this is kind of the engine room for the whole thing. This coordinates the application and wires everything together. So you'll see the remaining functions are here. These are kind of our bigger or longer functions, our event listeners, and then all our imports here at the top. All right, so here's what the app looks like. I added a couple items here. As you can see, there's a bullpen down here where all of our to-dos are. Let's see, so let's complete a couple of these. I woke up early this morning, so that one's complete. New task, kind of random, but we can complete that. And then get a haircut. We haven't done that one yet. And I think we are almost done with our to-do app, so we can complete that. Let's check the delete functionality, new task. That's kind of a silly one, so let's take that out. And then let's practice adding a title. So submit week 13 assignment. Hope I get an A. All right. And we can add that to the list there. And then once that's complete, we can delete it. So that is the TypeScript version of our to-do app. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Thank you.